I just recently got a YAMAHA A3000 and I wanted to install a SCSI hard drive in it. Since I had a 68-pin SCSI drive, I decided to use it, but since the Yamaha has an internal 50-pin connector, I also had to buy a 50 to 68-pin converter on AliExpress, or you can find them also on Amazon. Also, I didn't have the original power supply connectors for the hard disk that was supplied when the A3000 came out. You can find them on eBay or similar, but usually at about 20 euros or dollars a piece, so I simply decided to do it my way. On the Yamaha A3000 there are a couple of unused connectors named CN1 and CN2, and these are there to provide power supply for internal hard disks or additional devices. And this connector have all you need to power up your SCSI hard drive, and the original connector should be of course connected here. CN1 and CN2 are identical, and they both spit out plus 12 volts, plus 5 volts and GND. And that's all we need to power up on our disk drive. Just pay attention to the voltages because the top connector has a 5 volt, the two in the middle are GND, ground, and the bottom one is plus 12 volts. I've got a bunch of old computer power supplies I keep just for spares, so I simply cut one of the connectors for the hard disk power supply. They all normally have 4 wires, which is red for plus 5 volts, black for GND, and yellow for plus 12 volts. And all you need to do at this point is just to solder the 4 wires directly on the connector. Just put a little bit of solder on the wires and the connector plugs, then apply a nice amount of solder so that the connection is reliable and sturdy. Cover the solder with some heat shrink tube to prevent them from moving around and shorting in case they will desolder. Double check again for correct cable colors and voltages. And that's it. Your SCSI hard drive is nearly ready. You only need to connect the power supply unit, then to connect the 50-pin connector inside the motherboard and attach the hard drive to the bottom of the unit, and there are specific holes for that using 4 M3 screws.